Hi everyone, I'm back. I'm here in rural France. This is my property, so I don't need to worry too much about where I find a good spot. I do have a bench here. As I said, it is a garden. Yeah, so my neighbour explained to me that potentially in France there are restrictions on building open fires and wild camping, but as this is my property, I don't think I have to worry too much about that. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to try and build a makeshift barbecue setup because barbecuing is not forbidden. So I just did a wee walk up here this morning. I put these in my pack, which was stupid because it's covered in stuff now. But anyway, yeah, so wee collection of bricks here that I'm going to try and... I have got another set, I couldn't carry them all at once. I'll bring the other set up later. And I'm going to use these bricks to construct a makeshift barbecue in the shelter area. So I'll walk you over to where I think might be a good area. See what you think. I mean, there's plenty of spots to choose from. It's not really a flat area as such. Now this is the area that I've been looking at and I've been considering building nearby. There's a very, very, very large pine tree here. It did have some deadwood near the back there that had fallen down, so potential widowmakers in that area. But this other tree right here is a bit smaller, it's fairly healthy. And I've also got a back wall there, a stone wall, which I think is quite useful for giving me one half of the shelter. So I'm kind of thinking just kind of, you know, trying to clear around this area and put a tarp up and see how we get on. We're kind of trying to make some sort of makeshift shelter. Hopefully I'll be able to get a wee hatchet pretty soon, and then I can also try and add to the shelter. We're doing some bushcrafting hopefully. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to try and get some tarp off this old shed thing. This was already in the garden, but it's fairly unstable. There's a lot of the structure inside has collapsed, and ultimately the aim is to try and get rid of it. Just because of the structural concerns more than anything. I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't be useful, it's probably a good hen house. Maybe that's what it was used for, I don't know. But there are some good tarps on the top of this that were used to weatherproof it. So I'm going to try and get them off so that I can use them to try and build the shelter, because I didn't bring anything with me, because then I would have to carry it back in a flight and that would be too much hassle. So, and I already knew that these tarps were here because I've already been deconstructing it quite a bit. Well, that's really my plan, is to try and, you know, build a wee bit of a shelter and make up and try and build up that stone barbecue, and then ultimately maybe try and go for a first overnighter, because this is my land. I know the area well. I know the people. There aren't many people in the village, and so, you know, from that point of view I think I feel a lot safer, which is, you know, one of the things that's prevented me in Glasgow from, you know, doing a first overnight. So we'll see how we get on. It's going to be a wee bit difficult trying to get the tarp off because it's actually right at the back of the shelter over here, where I've pulled it off before. Which means I need to try and get into that field next door, but there's electric fencing on it, and I don't know whether it's switched on or not. It was certainly used to be live for keeping in the cattle, so it could be live, so I need to be really careful with that. But we'll see how we go. I'm going to get that tarp off there and try and get some sort of shelter built up here. For the sleep setup, I might not flatten that out too much. I think that might give me quite a nice soft ground area. I don't have my tent with me or any tarp or ground sheet, so I'll use what I can find off that wee shack, hen house, whatever it is. I'll use what I can find off there and try and set up a sleeping system of some description. I do have a hammock down at the house, but it's a summer hammock. So one of the other things that I need to try and figure out here is how we would actually manage the insects, because as I said, the mosquitoes are, you know, they bite like furious, and as you already know if you've watched some of my earlier videos, I react really badly to biting insects and get huge itchy red welts everywhere. So I need to try and figure out whatever sleep system I can devise, that I also devise some sort of insect or bug screener, something like that. And obviously there's lots of other bugs that fly about, and I don't really want to be you know, infested with bugs flying at me and crawling on me. I mean, I don't mind them in their environment, I just don't want them on me. I'm a bit phobic of, you know, crawling insects, which sounds crazy for somebody coming out and doing wild camping that's actually afraid of bugs, but you've got to face your fears, that's what I say, yeah? So I'll bring you back, guys, once I try and haul that tarp off. I won't bore you with that because it's going to take quite a while. So I'll bring you back soon, guys. Well, I made a really good start. I found what I think might be a couple of promising pieces so far. This piece here is quite clean. There's a couple of rips and tears in it, but should be able to patch them up with some tape. This other piece is really half of a section. Some of it you can't actually remove because it's weighted at one end with an obstacle, which I have tried moving and I cannot get it to budge. I'll show you what it is. I don't know actually if there's anything in it, and I suspect if there is anything in it, it's probably quite dangerous. But this was left behind by whoever was here before, so I'll try and let you see what that is. Polysar latex, protect from freezing, Grand Le Gel. It's an absolute ton weight, and as you can see, a lot of the tarps finish at the end of the shelter here, and they're fully weighted down by that. You could probably see that there. So I've had to cut some of the tarps as I'm doing it, really just to try and get some of it off. I'm going to keep continuing because you'll probably still be able to see there's quite a lot there, and there's quite a few promising pieces as well. So I'm going to see if I can make headway, get a few more pieces off. Okay, I'll bring you back soon. So, made some really great progress and got another really promising section here. Nice big blue piece. A lot of damage on one side, it's all worn out, and there's no you know, rivets or anything in them, but partially part of it is in really quite good condition. The bits that have got a few tears, you know, at the end of the day, I think I could still get a 2x2 square piece out of that, and although it's not got the rivets all the way around, that won't matter because I can just, you know, create a wee weight to tie it off. But the best piece, this was the piece I was really trying to get to in the first place. Again, only two wee holes in this piece, fairly square and fairly big, so I think that's really going to be the winner of that piece. So as you can see, it's tarp pivot up here. It is also, I'll bring you round, An absolutely rocket of a day. Gorgeous day. Temperature's fair picking up now. It's 12:30, so that was a good piece of work. I'm not going to do much more today. It's getting too hot. I'll leave these out overnight. I think it'll probably rain or thunder overnight. So that'll make sure they get a wash out and also make sure they get air out. There's still quite a lot left on the actual chicken coop thing. But as I said earlier, some of it is just impossible to move because of that thing, and I cannot move that thing, that big drum of latex. And most of them, I think, now are just cut pieces or pieces that are really degraded. So I think we've really got what we need. So stay tuned, and next day we'll get these cut up and try and set up a shelter. Bye for now, and don't forget, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Every subscriber keeps spurring me on to success here. Okay, bye. Bye everyone.